about how to change Qatar tourist visa to a work visa. Yes, if you can do that in the US, if you can do that in Europe, if you can do that in Japan, wherever, Australia, Canada, you can as well do it in Qatar. Hi guys, let me introduce you to my new channel. My name is Maleek Stanley. If you're stopping by for the first time, and please make sure you subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, how am I going to eat? If you don't watch my videos, if you don't watch the ads, how am I going to eat?
How?
How? Tell
Ask
me how.
them for me.
Yes. So make sure you watch all my videos. Make sure you subscribe to Maleek Stanley channel, which I'm taking over. Okay? So yeah. Today we want to talk about how to change Qatar tourist visa to a work visa. Yes. If you can do that in the US, if you can do that in Europe, if you can do that in Japan, wherever, Australia, Canada, you can as well do it in Qatar. A lot of people believe that, did I see someone passing? A lot of people believe that you can only go to Canada to make it, you can only go to Australia, US, or whichever. Let me tell you the truth. Qatar is the new US. Yeah. By the way, guys, do you know that in Qatar we don't have homeless people on the street? That's something by the way, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So guys, Qatar is also beautiful, and that's why we are here to talk about how you can change Qatar. You can come to Qatar with a tourist visa, and then once you're here, you can do the same thing that you can do in the US, in Canada, in whatever, you can do that here. So make sure you watch this video till the end.
Yes. Oh god, she's done a lot talking. Okay guys, let's get straight into today's video. My name is Maleek Stanley, and if this is your first time watching our YouTube channel, our YouTube video, kindly make sure to subscribe.
Our YouTube channel.
Yeah, our YouTube channel. So her name is Julia Barbara. She has a YouTube channel as well. I'm going to put it down here. Please go subscribe to her channel, and if you go there, tell her you're coming from my channel, because you're doing this. She will have to pay me according to the number of people who live from my channel to her channel. Please push her channel from 1,000 to 50,000, please.
Yes.
Please do that for us. Okay, so let's get straight into today's video. Now, I've had a lot of people asking me that, yo, can I come to Qatar with a tourist visa and, you know, be able to find a job? Sometimes I tell them no, and they get mad, because they're like, come on, I know a lot of people who are in the US who probably go there with a tourist visa, and now they're working. Some of them are there, they got married to, you know, citizens over there, and they got citizenship. So why can't we do same thing in Qatar? Now, one thing that I fight with them over, or we fight about, is please go to Google and get your research or get your fact. Come back and let's talk. Because yes, you can't just come to me and be asking me, you know, like aggressive questions like that. Like, I know people who are doing this, why can't I do it also? By the way, we are outside. This is a park. We came here to shoot a video, and it's almost dark. We are like, this is our last video. Yeah, and we are even scared. Someone might see the light on us. They're like, snakes. What are these people? No, there are no snakes here.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know. So
there are long grasses behind us.
Yeah. So yeah. What do you think? Do you think, like, people, the way people go to the US with a tourist visa, and you know, sometimes they find their ways around, they get married to someone who has a citizenship over there, and automatically, you know, they get their residence permit. Do you think, I mean, you've been here much longer than I have been. Do you think that is possible?
Of course that's possible, because first of all, when I was new in Qatar, I remember when I came to Qatar, I can't remember which year exactly, but I used to see, not Kenyans though, but I used to see, because getting a tourist visa as an African or Kenyan, to be precise, let me just say Kenya because that's where I'm from.
So,
it can be like coming to Qatar with a tourist visa, especially coming from Kenya. It's a long process, like you can give up. So that's why even sometimes people prefer taking the freelance visa and coming with the freelance visa, and then once you're here, you can maneuver around. So when I was new here, I remember I used to see a lot of colleagues I was working with from Philippines and from India. They used to get the tourist visa, and then once they come here, they try to find a job, because the good thing about Qatar, when they give you a tourist visa, back then they used to give you like 3 months. I don't know now.
Now it's just 30 days.
They used to give you 3 months. So you see, with 3 months, if you are really serious, I think now it's because finding a job in Qatar has been tricky. Not because there are no jobs. There are so many jobs in Qatar. So many jobs.
Very difficult to find one.
But the problem is there are a lot of people who don't have jobs. There are a lot of people who are trying to change their job. Like someone is a cleaner, they want to be a manager, someone is a manager, they want to be a pilot.
No, hold on, that's a huge difference. Like you're a cleaner, and then you all of a sudden you want to be a manager.
Of course, no,
maybe
and that's
their profession, right?
Yeah, that's why on my channel I always give people this thing. I always tell people this thing, you know. The trick is, if you're outside Qatar and you're trying to find a job, if it's not through an agent that you trust, because I don't know about Ghana, but in Kenya we have a lot of agents that bring people. The only and the easiest way you can come to Qatar is through an agent. But if you want to apply for a job online, believe me, I don't want to discourage you, but you will send a lot of application. If your career is not under, if your career is like, let's say for example you are a cleaner, I don't want to discriminate anyone. Let's say for example you are a cleaner, you are a waitress. Sometimes waitress can be lucky. If you are under those kind of profession, it can be hard, not unless you apply through, like let's say if you are a waiter, you apply through Marriott Hotel. Marriott,
like those
sometimes,
big
big hotels, they can
recruit
hire,
internationally.
they recruit international. But then other companies, they prefer hiring people locally. So if you're not an engineer, if you're not a pilot, if you're not an architect, if you're not this kind of, you know, this coming here to work in a company like a gas company, then you will stay there forever trying to apply for jobs online. For me, I always say, humble yourself. If you can leave Nigeria, if you can leave Kenya, if you can leave from wherever you are, and you go to the US and you start from scratch. Because if you go to the US, even if you have a degree, no matter what, if you didn't get a good job, a lot of people go there and start from cleaners, they start from maybe selling a newspaper on the road, being a nurse, being a caregiver, because those kind of jobs you don't need experience that much. You can do the same here, but then you find people when they come here, if I tell people you can come here with a job, like a cleaner job, and once you are here, you know for sure you have a degree, you know for sure you have experience of let's say a HR or maybe a manager somewhere position, for so many years. Once you are here, you can look for a better job within 1 year. You have
the most important thing is to get into the country first.
Get in the country.
So regardless of the job you are coming to do here, get into the country first.
Yeah, so the same thing that people do in Canada. I've seen videos of people going to Canada to work in a farm, like picking, I don't know, tomato and what. But then when you come to Qatar, when someone tells you come to Qatar as a security or as a cleaner, and these jobs pay so well, by the way. These jobs pay so well. The problem is in Qatar, they don't pay you hourly, but then something like US, you get paid hourly. In Qatar, you'll be paid like a full month salary. So, but this job, they're still good jobs. Rather than being there in Africa complaining, or in Philippines, or anywhere in Asia, you can come with that job, and then once you're here, the same thing you'll do in Canada, you can do it here. Okay? Yeah, so it's really possible to do that.
Okay, so for me, I didn't know. I thought it was somehow impossible. No, okay, so one more thing that I wanted to ask also, getting married to someone outside, you know, Europe or even America, they have citizenship over there, right? Let's say you go to America, you get married to someone who has a green card over there. Automatically, if you're lucky enough, you can also get one. Okay,
yes,
I mean, it's going to take time, but eventually you also get.
Yeah.
Now, in this country, I know it's very difficult for a local to get married to an outsider. Yeah. What do you have to say about that too?
So, I've seen that question also, by the way, before. Someone asked me, oh, can I get a citizenship if I come to Qatar? You can't get a citizenship here. You can get a citizenship if you are playing football, you are doing...
And even with that, I think it's partial.
And even if that, it's not, it's not permanent. Yeah. Of course, a lot of people have this thing in their head that, oh, if I live in this country for 50, please live even for 100 years. They will not give. And I like that, by the way. I like that for them. Because, like a country like Kenya, we have people who are not from Kenya, they are citizens there, and then now, you know, it's taking the economy down sometimes. And that's why Qatar is growing, by the way. But anyway, that aside, you can't get a citizenship here, right? Even if you have a company, you cannot own a company here directly. You have to be under a sponsor who is like a local person. So you can be married by a local. There are some because now, let's say for example, let's say like the reason people used to believe that you cannot get married to a local or you cannot get a citizen. I don't know about getting a citizenship if you are married to a local, but I can testify. I have a friend who is married to a local. I've tried to ask her to come to my channel, at least to talk about it. But then one thing about Qatar culture, they don't like things like public stuff. You cannot come here on public and talk about some things. So of course she cannot come here and start talking about she's married to a Qatari and blah blah blah, things like
So you
that.
have to keep it.
Yeah,
You know.
but you can be married by a local if you find one who has an open mind. Because it's all about culture. They do marry other people. They do marry other people, but it's about culture also.
Well said. So yeah, I think we've exhausted all our time, and yeah, this would be the end of today's video. Actually, we wanted to talk about how to change it. Get a job from coming into Qatar with a tourist visa, and then we gradually branch
but
into talking about some other stuff.
It's still the same thing. It's still the same because you might find someone out there. Someone is trying. Maybe they have because some things you cannot put them in public. Maybe you have someone who is a local and he's your boyfriend, and maybe you want to come here. Maybe you're trying to find a way to come here. Of course, I don't want to tell you to go and look for locals that you can come here with them. To be honest, you will never find them anywhere online, and they cannot bring you here because they want to marry you, because they can marry you there where you are, but then here it's something else. But of course, I don't want to say something bad about these people. They do marry other race. They are so happy marrying other race.
They're nice.
But we are trying to talk about ways that you can maneuver. If you can do things in US, if you can do things in Canada with the same like tourist visa or something like that, you can do it here. But then here, before you could do it in Qatar, like you could transfer a tourist visa to a work visa. But then now, I think Maleek, you said something about you can still do it if you find a local. You can come, find a job, 3 months, but it will cost you. I think we have to do a video on how much you need to spend if you come here as a tourist and you're trying to find a job, because it will cost you. You need house. You need a place to stay, and houses here are not cheap.
They're very expensive.
You need transportation. You need food. Food is not cheap here as well, and you need to be dropping CV here and there. But that's the only way.
One of the things that helps people a lot in this country is experience.
By the way, Qatar, they don't hire they don't hire from, I don't know where you come from, experience. Especially
they need
GCC.
Experience most. Yeah, GCC experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
So,
plus.
guys, I think if I leave here, she will talk, and it's getting dark. You can see some insects, some flies, mosquitoes flying by. So yeah, that will be the end of today's video. Again, in your channel, so they can find your channel.
So I'm currently in a process of changing my channel name, but you can still find me on my YouTube, all my social media handles, Julia Barbara on YouTube, Julia Barbara on Instagram, and Julia Barbara on Facebook, Julia Barbara on TikTok.
Anyways,
Julia Barbara everywhere.
Eventually, if she gets to change her name, the link will still be in the channel. The link will always take you to her channel. So thank you for watching today's video, and I love you. Please subscribe.
Make
like
sure you
the video
subscribe.
most,
All
please.
my subscribers should come here and subscribe on Maleek channel. Let's get him to 60K subscribers.
And please like this video more. Now I've realized the more you like the video, the more YouTube suggests it to other people to watch it. So please like it more, and please share it. Yeah. Thank you so much. And please leave your comments, leave questions. If you want to see her more on my channel, if you want her to take over my channel, just leave the video for her. She do it alone.
Bring it on.
Please just let
Bring
me
it
know,
on.
or just we will do a collaboration or things like this. So thank you so much. Stay safe, and we love you all.